Well, these profit results are just going to keep on rolling out. Laura Besarati joins me live from CommSec. Laura, there's a few only tomorrow on Fridays, but the couple we'll watch is the property asset owned by Nine in majority, that's Domain. So what are the expectations here?
Good afternoon, Ross. Well, look, back in May, Domain provided a trading update. They did highlight a very strong third quarter. So we saw residential revenue up 22%, total revenue up 17%. They did also highlight what they expect for the full year. Earnings are expected to improve, supported by tailwinds like improved listings and price rises. They did flag, though, that costs are expected to be at the high end of guidance. Now, late last week, we heard from Domain's much bigger competitor, REA Group, which is behind, of course, realestate.com.au. They posted some strong earnings, saying this was partly driven by strength in the real estate market, and that saw its shares lifting 7% on that day. So we'll be watching to see if Domain has a similar result tomorrow.
Okay, the other one, Laura, is the ASX. It copped a shellacking from the from ASIC this week, of course, going to court in the federal court. What's the result likely to be like tomorrow?
Well, first of all, let's touch on those expectations. So back in June, the ASX forecast expenses to grow by 15% this year. That's at the top end of their guidance, and they expect those expenses to continue to grow into 2025. Those are mostly tech-related costs, which could eat into their profits. Their trading volumes will also be on watch. They recently said these volumes have been improving, but they're still not quite at pre-COVID levels. Now, in terms of what we saw yesterday, of course, we saw that ASIC is suing them over alleged misleading statements about the progress on their CHESS replacement project. So back in February 2022, ASIC claimed that the project was on track. ASIC claims that they weren't making any progress because what actually ended up happening was a few months later, the ASX actually pulled the plug on that project and said they will revisit it a decade later in 2032. So they are taking a staggered approach to that CHESS replacement program at the moment.
Laura, got to go now. Thanks so much. We'll have details of all those results tomorrow. Many thanks.